Welcome to the Reading Corner. I have my special guest Hope here, and we're going to be reading a nonfiction book called The American Flag. About 50 million flags are sold each year. That's insane. If every person who ever bought a flag subscribed to my YouTube channel, how awesome would that be? Okay. Find the truth. Everything you are about to read is true, except for one of the sentences on this page. Which one is true? So, true or false? Betsy Ross designed the first official U.S. flag for George Washington. True or false? A high school student designed the current U.S. flag. Find the answer in this book. Only one is true. Okay. Let's see. Oh, where's the answer? Where's the answer? We're dying. The answer is not here.
Just flip the page and I see it.
Oh, okay. So, 3 firefighters raised the flag at the site of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center in New York on September 11th, 2001. That was a very sad day. Very sad. Proudly it waves. Some of the first American flags had no stars. You can see the American flag all around you. It waves from flagpoles in front of a school. It flies at your local post office. Maybe your family has a flag hanging outside your house. Towns across the country turn red, white, and blue on Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and other national holidays. Before there was an official U.S. flag, some flew this Navy Jack flag with a rattlesnake picture. The U.S. Navy still uses this flag. Oh, that's cool. It's always interesting to hear about flags that still get used. The flag is an important symbol. It represents the United States of America to millions of people. The United States is a land of freedom and justice. The flag has come to symbolize these ideals. I guess. The Statue of Liberty is another American symbol of freedom. I so want to go there someday. I think it would be awesome. Do you know you can go up to the top? Yeah, how cool would that be?
Huh?
Would you like to go to the Statue of Liberty someday, Hopey?
Yeah. How would I get down though?
Well, you get down the same way you go up, like stairs or an elevator or something. I would assume. Flags in battle. Soldiers have carried the American flag into battle for more than 200 years. Dude, seriously? It's a long time. The sight of the flag on the battlefield gives troops courage. Dun, 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 dun. We can do this. It reminds them of what they're fighting for. The American flag can also stand for victory. One famous World War II photograph appeared in newspapers across the country. It showed U.S. Marines raising the flag after a tough battle on the island of Iwo Jima, Japan, in 1945. Many soldiers died, but the flag was a signal that others would keep fighting to win the war. After 35 days of battle, U.S. Marines raised the flag on a hill in Iwo Jima, Japan. This photo shows a military funeral at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. So usually, like, if soldiers die, they like to give the flags out to the family. It'll be a long time before your daddy goes, but we'll get one for him.
Okay.
I don't like thinking about that. Let's go on. The flag honors soldiers who have died too. A flag is laid over a soldier's coffin at a funeral. Then a member of the U.S. Armed Forces folds and presents that flag to the soldier's family. For the family, the flag is a symbol of their loved one's service to the nation. Your dad has his uncle's flag. His uncle was, I'm assuming, in the army. Ends of the earth. Americans have taken the flag to some faraway places. In 1909, American explorers Robert E. Peary and Matthew Henson brought the flag to the North Pole. Then, in 1928, the American flag flew at the other end of the globe. Admiral Richard E. Byrd raised the flag at his camp in Antarctica, near the South Pole. He named the camp Little America. That's the name of the hotel your daddy used to work at. This photo is of Admiral Richard E. Byrd, left. So that would be here. Returning to Little America, Antarctica, with scientists in 1956. You good?
Yeah.
Take a drink. Right in front of the camera. I see how you roll. I see how you roll. On the ground. What's with the fight? Out of this world, the flag took what may have been its most exciting trip in 1969. American astronauts put a U.S. flag on the moon. Brave and daring Americans are proud to take the flag wherever they go. There's no wind on the moon, so this flag was made to look like it's waving. They cheated. In 1969, American astronauts planted a flag on the moon. The flag has wires in it to give it a wavy shape. Sure, that's what's happening. I'm just kidding. A model flag. Some countries have used the American flag as a model for their own flags. The colors and designs mean different things to the people of each country. Let's find out. The Chilean flag. The white star stands for the honor of the country. Everybody's always honored with their country, right?
Yep.
The Malaysian flag. The blue square stands for the unity of the Malaysian people. Oh, that's nice. The Liberian flag. The red and white stripes stand for the courage and goodness of Liberia. The blue square is a symbol for Africa. Oh, okay. Puerto Rican flag. The white star represents the island of Puerto Rico. The red stripes stand for blood spilled in battle. What? The white stripes are a symbol of peace. That's a little concerning. So we've got blood, peace, blood, peace, blood. There's way more blood going on around here than peace. Okay then, sure. Kind of scares me a little. In this illustration, a U.S. soldier raises the flag after a victory over the British in 1783. The British flag is shown falling to the ground. Dun, 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 dun. The flag's history. Britain and America were enemies in the Revolutionary War, but their flags shared the colors red, white, and blue. We couldn't have come up with something else?
Excuse me?
I'm just saying, like, you fought against them and then you decide to take their colors for your flag? It's like honor thy parent or something, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to honor my parents by taking their colors, but I'm going to change it around and make it my own thing because that's me. The United States of America started out as colonies in the early 1600s. The colonists were ruled by Great Britain. By the middle of the 1700s, the colonists no longer wanted to follow British laws or pay British taxes. But King George III of England was not willing to let go of the colonies. Americans would have to fight for their freedom in the Revolutionary War. This apparently is making you sleepy, Miss Yawns a lot over here. Why is this book so long? Carrying a flag. Americans formed an army to fight in the Revolutionary War. The new army needed a flag to carry into battle. Colonel Christopher Gadsden designed a flag in 1775. It was bright yellow with a rattlesnake in the center. The rattlesnake warned the British, "Don't tread on me." Rattlesnakes are found only in the Americas. They became symbols of American courage in the Revolutionary War. Now I like this flag. That's a neat looking flag.
Look at this, a rattlesnake.
The Grand Union flag was first flown on New Year's Day, 1776, near George Washington's Army headquarters outside Boston, Massachusetts. I can't talk. It's not happening. The colonists used other flags during the early days of the Revolutionary War. General George Washington liked the design of the Grand Union flag. It used the same colors as the British flag. It had 13 red and white stripes as a symbol of the 13 colonies. A small version of the British flag was in the upper left corner. This part of the flag is called a canton. Why would American leaders include their enemy's flag this way? At that time, some colonists still hoped they could fix things with Great Britain. Okay, so they kind of answered my question, I guess. But we decided to leave Mom and Dad. The first official U.S. flag. Though the war with Britain was still raging, the United States declared its independence in 1776. Americans wanted a powerful symbol of their freedom. They got one the following year. The U.S. government passed a resolution describing the first official U.S. flag. American flag timeline. In 1777, the new U.S. government passes the Flag Act on June 14th. The Stars and Stripes becomes the first official U.S. flag. In 1814, the flag inspires Francis Scott Key to write the Star-Spangled Banner. You know, the one that goes, "Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming," and so on and so forth. In 1892, Francis Bellamy writes the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great job, Hopey. In 1942, Congress passes the Flag Code to explain how to care for the flag. This flag is often called the Stars and Stripes. Like the earlier Grand Union flag, it had 13 red and white stripes for the colonies. This is the Stars and Stripes flag. The 13 stars stood for the 13 colonies.
Fun fact, the stars represent the states.
Well, now, when it's current. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. The story behind the Stars and Stripes. Who made the first American flag? For years, people thought it was a seamstress from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, named Betsy Ross. That's what I thought. Am I wrong? Oh my God, I'm wrong. I'm going to be, oh no. Okay.
I knew it!
A famous story says Ross sewed the flag in 1776 after Washington came to her shop and gave her a sketch. Some say she even helped with the design. Oh yeah, how could she possibly make the current design? Because she was dead by the time all 50 states came about. Let me go back to this. Oh, no, that's true. Betsy Ross designed the first I'm so confused. Okay, let's just keep reading. Some say she even helped with the design, but Washington was fighting with the army in New York at the time. Ross did sew other kinds of flags for the Navy, but there is no proof she helped with the first official American flag. I failed. You read this before, though. You cheated. You remembered something.
No.
Liar.
No. It's because of your YouTube video. YouTube does teach us stuff.
This YouTube video is teaching about the flag. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're obsessed with flags. Of course you would know that. A colonial leader named Francis Hopkinson probably created the first official flag. Historians found a copy of a bill Hopkinson sent to the government for designing the flag of the United States and other work. This seems to prove that he deserves the credit, but no one is completely sure. Dun, dun, dun. This painting shows Betsy Ross standing, sewing the first American flag. This popular story is now believed to be false.
What is false?
That Betsy Ross did the first American flag.
Let's go.
Child, I cannot with you. Okay, let me see. The changing flag. The flag has changed many times over the years. Here's how. All right, so here's this awesome rattlesnake flag here that says "Don't tread on me." The Gadsden flag from 1775 to 1777. Colonel Christopher Gadsden uses this rattlesnake flag to lead colonists into battle. Grand Union flag from 1776 to 1777. So these two flags were getting used at the same time. George Washington flies a red and white striped flag on January 1st, 1776. The British flag, also called the Union Jack, is in the top left corner.
I can't see.
Girl!
Oh.
I can't with you. The Stars and Stripes, or the 13-star flag, from 1777 to 1795. Okay, so this one's used a little bit longer. That there. The first official U.S. flag has 13 red and white stripes. The canton is made up of 13 white stars set against a blue background. So whenever you see a corner of something, apparently this is called a canton. Interesting. I never knew that. It was this many days and years before I learned that this little corner was called a canton. I am old and I am stupid. Thank you. The Star-Spangled Banner, or the 15-star flag, from 1795 to 1818. 2 stars and 2 stripes are added to the flag in 1795. They represent Vermont, which joined the Union in 1791, and Kentucky, which joined in 1792. So the United States is growing. The 48-star flag in 1912 to 1959. Okay, so what were we using between 1819 and 1911? There's a flag missing here. In 1912, President William H. Taft orders the stars to appear in 6 rows of 8. He also orders that all stars have a single point upward. Before this, flag markers arrange the stars, or makers, I can't read today. I'm having a little eye problem. Flag makers arranged the stars as they liked. You know, just do what I want. I just do what I want. All right. The current U.S. flag, or 50-star flag. I had absolutely no idea, though, that there was a 15-star flag and a 48-star flag. Again, this many years old when I found out that there were some other flags. I think I remember this one, but mostly I just know about this one, the Today flag. 1959 to present. In 1959, President Dwight D. Eisenhower orders that 2 stars be added for the last 2 states, Alaska and Hawaii. The country has flown this flag ever since. 1959. That's an old design, man. A glorious banner. A vexillologist. Vexillologist. Yeah, I said it right. Is an expert on the history of flags. Dude, did you write this book? I'm telling you. A vexillologist inspects a flag that was carried into battle during the Revolutionary War. The flag was auctioned off for $11 million. My Lord. I need some of that money. You can share with me. You may have heard the American flag called by different names. It is sometimes known as Old Glory or the Star-Spangled Banner. Refer to the song earlier in the show. There are interesting stories behind these nicknames. Each of them shows how Americans feel about their flag. A young girl waves American flags during a 4th of July parade. Yes, that would be one of the most appropriate times to be waving a flag. Star-Spangled Banner. A Star-Spangled Story. American lawyer Francis Scott Key wrote the words to our national anthem, The Star-Spangled Banner. I will spare you singing it again. At the time, the United States was fighting Great Britain in the War of 1812. Key was being held on a British ship off the coast of Maryland on the morning of September 13, 1814. Other British ships began to fire on a nearby fort called Fort McHenry. If the British captured this fort, they could easily control the city of Baltimore, Maryland. British ships fired cannons on Fort McHenry. A little illustration for you. Francis Scott Key was held aboard a British ship called the HMS Surprise. Why? Key may have overheard the British plan to attack Baltimore. Another image for you there. Key watched the attack from a British ship in the harbor. He heard the British cannon fire. He also saw what he later described as the rocket's red glare. At dawn the next day, Key saw that the American flag was still flying over the fort. At that moment, he knew the Americans had won. The sight of the flag filled Key with joy. Francis Scott Key wrote a poem about the experience. In the poem, he called the flag the Star-Spangled Banner. The poem was later set to music and became the U.S. national anthem. The story behind Old Glory. William Driver was a ship captain from Salem, Massachusetts. In 1831, his friends gave him an American flag. Driver loved the gift and named it Old Glory. He carried it with him for the rest of his life. That's a long time to hold on to a flag, huh?
Yeah.
In 1861, Driver was living in Nashville, Tennessee. At that time, the issue of slavery was tearing apart the United States. The northern and southern states were fighting each other in the Civil War. The South wanted to form its own country. Most people in Nashville didn't want the Stars and Stripes as their flag anymore, but Driver held on to Old Glory. He sewed the flag into his bed to keep it safe. Northern soldiers captured Nashville in 1862. The soldiers and Driver flew Old Glory over the state capitol. They wanted to show that Tennessee was part of the United States again. After a while, Old Glory became a nickname for any American flag. Many people like the story of how Driver loved his flag and his country. Today, the original Old Glory is still being honored. The flag is on display in Washington, D.C. That is pretty cool, guys. This painting shows the Battle of Vicksburg. The Civil War battle took place in 1863. Northern soldiers carry the flag. So many more pages. I'm dying. At the inauguration of President Bill Clinton, 2 13-star flags, 2 25-star... Wait a minute. We didn't talk about no 25-star flags. 2 25-star flags and the current flag were all displayed on the U.S. Capitol. The 25th star was added in 1836 when Arkansas, Clinton's home state, joined the Union. Caring for the flag. Oh, this is important. Listen up. You can buy a flag that has flown over the Capitol by contacting your U.S. Senator or Representative. And how much would that cost? Did you know that the United States has rules about how to care for the American flag? These rules are called the Flag Code. The code tells us how to display the stars and stripes properly. It explains how to show respect for the flag. The United States adopted the Flag Code in 1942. The flag should never touch the ground. That's like the only thing I ever knew about Flag Code. What, are you telling me you knew all the flag codes, young lady? They can't see your face. Give them the riz. I cannot with you. I literally cannot with you. Flag do's and don'ts. There are many things to keep in mind when you display an American flag. You should not fly a flag in bad weather unless it is an all-weather flag. If a flag is ever flown during the night, make sure proper lighting surrounds it. Dear Lord. You should raise an American flag quickly and lower it carefully. Never let the flag touch the floor or ground. Displaying a flag upside down means you are in serious danger. Do you see that? Do you see it's upside down? When a ship is in trouble, sailors turn the ship's flag upside down. Anyone who sees it knows that the sailors need help. The U.S. Flag Code states that it is customary for the flag to be taken down at sunset. He's pulling it down. You see that? You can wear clothes that have a design similar to the U.S. flag, but an actual flag is not supposed to be made into clothing, bedding, or curtains. A picture of the flag should not be printed on paper napkins, boxes, or anything else that will be thrown away. Wow, this stuff is serious. If a flag is torn or faded, it should be destroyed in a respectful manner. How? By burning it. Cremation for a flag. Burning a flag is more respectful than tossing it in the trash, but it must be done safely by adults. Do I qualify? I wonder sometimes. How are you my guest star if you're just going to sit there like that? I'm sad. A flag is flown at half-mast on the anniversary of September 11th, 2001 attacks in New York City. Flag is flown halfway up a flagpole as a sign of respect for the dead. It's very somber and very sad. Making flags. About 20 million flags are sold each year. That's insanity, people. Sometimes people are especially eager to show national pride. As many as 100 million flags are sold during some years. Some flags are printed on white fabric. Other flags are made with huge sewing machines. The stripes and blue square are stitched together. Then stars are sewn onto the square. A long time ago, flags were made from cotton. Today, many are nylon, a man-made substance that helps flags last longer and allows them to be flown in bad weather if they are all-weather flags. This photo shows a woman sewing in a New Jersey flag factory. That's a lot of flags, man. That's a lot of flags.
Wow.
Right? They're so miniature. What do you do with all those miniature flags? It's insane. This giant flag is part of the Memorial Day celebration in River Forest, Illinois in 2006. It's like a giant tent. Pledging allegiance. The largest American flag ever made weighed 3,000 pounds. It's this one right here. That is a lot. That is a lot. A lot of weight. When you can say something weighs 1.5 tons, that's a lot of weight. I hope I never weigh 1.5 tons. I think I'd be dead first, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder why you say the Pledge of Allegiance? When you repeat those words, you are making a promise to respect the flag and be faithful to your country. This special promise dates back more than 100 years. The U.S. Flag Code has a rule for reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. In part, it says that people should place their right hand over their heart. Like this, kiddo. And like we did earlier when we were reciting the pledge. Right, Hopey? The first pledge. Francis Bellamy wrote the first version of the pledge in 1892. He was working at a popular children's magazine called Youth's Companion. The magazine was planning a large event to celebrate Christopher Columbus's arrival in the Americas 400 years earlier. As part of the program, Bellamy wrote a short, patriotic speech that began with the words, "I pledge allegiance." More than 60,000 public schools across the country took part in the celebration on October 12th. More than 12 million students said the Pledge of Allegiance that day. A group of school children pledged allegiance to the flag in Hampton, Virginia around 1900. Wow. A meaningful tradition. The words to today's Pledge of Allegiance are similar to the words that Bellamy wrote, though they have changed slightly over time. To say the pledge, place your right hand over your heart, face the flag, and recite. Well, do I have to flip through and find a flag here? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There, you can recite it to that. One more time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. These refugees from World War II in Europe learned the pledge after arriving safely in the United States. Okay. We're almost to the end. The end. I'm finding my way there. Did you ever think about what the words to the pledge actually mean? When you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you give your word that you'll respect the flag and the ideas behind it. Many Americans have worked to achieve the idea of liberty and justice for all. As long as Americans keep their promise to the flag, the country will be indivisible. That means it is not possible to break it apart. When the Senate and House of Representatives meet together, they begin the session by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. That's a lot of people. Okay. True statistics. Sleepy face. U.S. government approves its first official flag on June 14th, 1777. Does that surprise you?
No.
Number of stars on the current U.S. flag.
Represents the 50 states.
How many stars are there?
All 50.
Correct. Sit up, baby.
Oh.
Okay, sit up. No. How do I do this without blocking your face? Can't with you. Number of stripes on the current U.S. flag. How many stripes are on the U.S. flag?
Like all in total?
No. It's not 13 plus 13. It's just... what does that number say?
13. Maybe all in total.
That is a total.
Like almost 9.
Yeah, I think there's like 6 white and 7 red.
There's 30.
Look, count. Wait. There we go. Find that page again. Count it. Seriously concentrating. How many stripes are there? 13. For the 13 colonies. That's what it represents. Okay. Where the American flag has been.
Antarctica.
Read it. The
flag was at the North Pole, 1909. Antarctica, 1928. Mount Everest, 1963. The Moon, 1969.
Dun, 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 dun. Number of times the design of the U.S. flag has been changed.
26. First 27 total versions.
So they decided to leave a lot of versions out when we were looking at the revolution or the evolution of the flag. The revolution. Right. Flag Day.
June 14th.
Date the Pledge of Allegiance was written.
September 18th, 92.
The flag's nicknames.
The Spangled Banner, Old Glory, the Stars and Stripes.
Did you find the truth? So, false. Betsy Ross designed the first official U.S. flag for George Washington. And true.
A high school student designed the current U.S. flag.
And that's the end of the book. Hope you enjoyed it.